You called my land on yourself. Something was wrong with your Dell. I heard your voice and I fell, and now I lost my way. I'd trade my soul for a wish, rupees and gold for a kiss. I wasn't looking for this, but now I've lost my way. Your line was holding before you, my life was boring. You big gold fan was blowing. Now I think I love you, baby. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. You have my number, so call me maybe. I cannot look right at you, baby. You have my number, so call me maybe.
So welcome to the Teknik podcast, or Teknikcast, with your hosts, Zanthas,
Uncle D,
Kittykatt backwards,
Kori.
That's everybody, I think.
I
right?
guess that's it. All right.
Yep.
Let's do this.
I didn't count before that started, so there was no reason for that not to be awkward.
And with Alusion.
And me.
Especially
And VC.
And VC. Okay.
We didn't have to swallow your microphone to tell us you were here. What was that? Playing the tambourine for us. It's not even that his voice is loud either. It's just that, like, every now and then it just sounds like he's shooting lasers at stormtroopers or something. Oh, guys, please.
Speaking of
let's talk about
stormtroopers.
that. Dude, I didn't even mean to do that. Holy shit.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So people are pissed off, though, about, we're talking about the Star Wars 7 trailer.
Yep.
The teaser trailer. People are so have their panties in such a bunch about the cross guards on that lightsaber. Have you ever seen a shitstorm brew quite like that?
What'd you guys think of the lightsaber, anyways?
Okay, I have specific thoughts on it beforehand, before I read the Reddit comments, that this is fucking awesome. And then after I read the comments, I was like, this is retarded. What? Like, why? It serves no purpose. You swing it, and you're cutting your hand off immediately.
I thought it was kind of dumb.
It's stupid.
It removes the ability to move it in certain directions, so it's kind of stupid.
Like, why the hell?
I mean, I know what they're trying to go for, like the Claymore look, but it's kind of whatever.
It doesn't even provide any benefit.
Yeah. I saw this one rendering from some guy who hated it as well, that had, instead of them sticking straight on the sides, they kind of overlapped, crossing the main beam.
Oh, a spiral. A spiral thing.
Like
kind of.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
That was on Reddit.
Wow.
I saw that on Reddit
that
as
one
well.
would be okay.
I just thought of something. The cross beams on the lightsaber in the trailer would actually have benefit, because those beams would block another lightsaber if you were... Yeah. So that would actually be... I guess you can't say that there's no benefit to it, because that would be a legitimate use for it.
I can see there being a benefit, but dude, you have to be so trained to not like flick it in such a way that you just cut your own hand off right away with it. Like 90 degrees is not the angle you want a crossguard to be at, and that's not the way they are in real life either.
Real life?
This is true.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like you see
real
rapiers.
lightsabers?
You just shut me down.
I'm sorry.
But you see like rapiers, right? They don't have a 90-degree angle. Never. There's no point to that, because in a real fight, it would just get cut right the fuck off. But I guess light doesn't work that way.
Well, not even Claymores have a 90-degree angle. It's kind of...
Yeah, it's curved up.
Yeah, curved up. Yeah, I think that's what they were basing it on.
But they also don't have the sharp end pointing towards your wrist on those.
Yeah.
Not, as Reddit put it, they're not made of knives in real life. Like the cross guard is just as sharp as the rest of the blade if it's made of light.
Yep. Unless there's some random thing we don't know about lightsabers.
Honestly, I didn't like the trailer. I didn't. It was okay.
I'd like to say something.
It looked better than like
Star
Wars 1 and 2 and 3.
The sound effects for the lightsaber, though. Oh wow!
Guys,
it had that extra punch to it.
I'm gonna pick.
If you go back and loop it again, it has.
It sounded
extra
like
punch.
all the other ones.
No, it had like a kind of an impact. Like, oh shit! It just. But they kind of just, you know, the first lightsaber that they showed the new. It's a trilogy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But, like, it's like the first time you saw Darth Maul's lightsaber, and it comes out as a double one, and you're like, oh shit, shit's about to hit the fan. Like, you knew it's about to get real as soon as you saw a double lightsaber. They're trying to go for that same effect with this cross-guard lightsaber.
Yeah, basically.
And then that little robot on the ball, all I can see that is more toys for them to sell.
Soccer Master Racers. Just immediately
I didn't know that was a ball until I saw it again. I just thought he was spinning.
You thought that was like his wheel?
You spin me right round, baby, right round.
Oh, yeah.
When you go down.
No, well, kind of. What? I don't even know what that was supposed to mean.
The Millennium Falcon, like, just coming in, that was pretty alright, though.
Fucking badass.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 trailers. There was the international trailer, and then there was, like, the America trailer.
Ah, yes.
What's the difference?
The international trailer actually showed a bit of the storyline.
Oh, I would have seen that.
It's just shit blowing up and flying around, and cross guards this and there, and the international actually gives like some backstory to it. I want to talk about this though. So Star Wars, obviously, the true fans consider the best to be kind of in its past, right? It's the 70s to 80s Star Wars, right? The sequels. So,
the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There was a certain cinematography scheme that they were locked into then because they didn't have the film technology that we do now. I feel like that's kind of integral to what Star Wars is. Do you think that J.J. Abrams is just throwing that out the window by using all these new advanced techniques in filmography? Because, I mean, obviously it was Star Wars, but it just didn't have the same, like, feel that the original movies did for me.
Yeah, they are using a lot more CGI now and stuff like that. But
I think it's
J.J.
less
Abrams...
CGI than George Lucas's new trilogy.
Yeah, because J.J. Abrams even said he's going to be going for... He's building all these giant props, just like in the old original trilogies. So he's doing all the real-life props, real-life costumes, stuff like that, and trying to only use CGI to enhance and not replace.
That's good, too, because that holds up better in the long run.
Yeah,
you look back
I
at a movie
noticed...
like Beowulf, that's like full CGI, and it's just shit at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Beowulf, man.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Oh god, I hated that movie. So horrible.
I thought it was alright, but I watched it a long time ago. I don't even remember when it came out.
7 years ago. I don't know, the whole lava scene in that is pretty badass. If you're gonna go out, that's how you do it.
It's true.
We're the furthest thing away from Star Wars right now. I just took in a fucking Viking direction.
We're talking about CGI and stuff like that.
Yeah. I can't wait for the Vikings Season 3 on History Channel, though. Anyone watch Vikings?
I saw the first episode, and it just looked weird, so I was like, yeah.
Dude. It's like an underrated Game of Thrones, in a way.
That's what I hear. But
would highly recommend.
Like, I don't remember anything, just like, I'm pretty sure there was a place that was getting struck by lightning multiple times. Or something like...
don't recall.
I don't even know. Might have been another show.
I just fucking spilled blueberries all over myself. Holy shit.
Better not waste those.
No, I didn't mean the fruit. I meant like the prune. What? Juice.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you spilled juice all over you.
That sucks.
You better not waste it.
Dymatic the smoothie reporting in. That was the only film thing to happen this week. Probably the biggest, obviously, because Star Wars fans are just universal.
Yeah. Well, also...
Hey, wait, guys, come on. Jurassic Park.
Yeah, come on.
Fuck that.
Really? Really?
It looked okay, but, like, I didn't like when the big-ass whatever the fuck came out of the water.
Oh, that thing?
That shit was dumb looking.
Well, it goes along the whole path of it's finally open, everyone likes it, and then just think, now we have 500 people that can be eaten by dinosaurs instead of 10.
That's true.
Yeah, but like the CGI just looked bad for that.
It didn't even look bad, it just looked off. Like, I didn't notice the dinosaurs in a couple of the scenes just because I don't know if it was the lighting or what it was with the CGI. It didn't go well. It didn't play well together with the environment.
The dinosaurs look better to me in the original Jurassic Park than they did in that
fucking
trailer.
built them. They were model dinosaurs.
Yeah, in the Jurassic Park, they do use a lot of CGI in the new one, but
Little known fact,
also,
they actually cloned dinosaurs for that movie.
Oh yeah, of course.
but again, we have to remember it's still only the first trailer.
That is true. These are all teaser trailers, and we'll see what the real movies hold further down the road.
'Cause come on, Chris Pratt riding with Velociraptors, that's going to be
That shit was
awesome.
gay. That shit
Our
was gay.
user
I'm just saying it right now.
in the Mumble text chat, Meows, has actually raised a great point. That's where probably Unix's finest moment came into play, was the first Jurassic Park movie.
Oh yeah.
I can't see, like, if somebody mentions Unix on 4chan outside of G or Reddit anywhere, it's always this Jurassic Park quote, where they're saying, it's a Unix system, I know this. And so many people don't know that's a legitimate program, where they're, like, traversing the 3D file system. You can download that.
Well, it didn't exist until after the movie. Some guy made it because
It
of
did.
that.
I thought that they made it for the movie.
Well, yeah, they made it for the movie, but like, there's actually like a free software version of it now because of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I can go and
You can
travel
go and,
along the buildings and find the right one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I forgot what it's called.
I wonder if it runs on a Raspberry Pi.
It's called TDFSB, if anybody is interested in checking it out.
Yeah, it should run on a Pi.
It stands for three-dimensional building. What the fuck am I talking about? Three-dimensional file system something. And it actually works really well. And it'll do things like you can play music from it, or you can see the thumbnails of pictures as like the wallpapers of the giant buildings, and it will dynamically have a bigger cube for bigger files. It's really neat and useful in some very niche situations for just visualizing how much space you're using.
I'm thinking I may have actually used this before, like a very long time ago. I found it while looking for alternatives to this really, now that I think about it, really stupid software that made your desktop into a 3D desk that you could organize things on.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the name of that software, but I found this as one of the things that I tried while I was exploring like alternatives to that software, because it wasn't available. It wasn't even out on beta yet. There were just videos of it.
It's pretty cool.
What is that, Spoonum?
TDFSB.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
There was something else kind of similar that was a 3D web browser, and it would make buildings with web pages that you had visited, and you could like see your town of web pages that you visited.
I know what that is.
You could be like, oh, here's like, you know, the 4chan district in Pornville and all that kind of stuff. It's awesome.
There's two versions. There's Janus VR and Worlds.
Get Jack in here.
I'm good.
Oh, hey. Now joining us is our guest speaker, or no, host, Kittykatt, co-host.
Yo.
Something. Subtitle.
Where are we at?
We're not really anywhere.
Oh,
Like,
We talked about Star Wars and Jurassic Park.
That doesn't surprise me that you're not anywhere.
Talk about VR as well.
We're talking about all the movie trailers that came out this week, which is so weird. Why is that they all released this week? Are they competing with one another, or is it because of Christmas, or like what is
The holidays.
Yeah, the holidays.
Is the rumor I hear about the Star Wars only airing in so many theaters true?
I hope not. I don't think so.
I did not hear that rumor.
I heard a rumor that Star Wars is only going to air in a certain number of theaters around the world.
I don't think they would do that. It's such a big movie that there's too much money to be made.
That's what I thought too, but I've been hearing a lot.
Yeah, like everybody and their mother is going to see Star Wars 7. I'm not the biggest fan of Disney usually, and shit, I'm going to see Star Wars 7. I'm not even a Star Wars fan. Star Wars 7.
That stupid fucking Rolly robot looks like the next Jar Jar Binks.
It won't be that bad.
I like Jar Jar.
It can't be that bad.
Did you just say you like Jar Jar?
Dude,
I said the next. Oh, did you say like Jar Jar? Fucking Dymatic?
I'm okay with it.
What the?
I actually like the prequels. Fight me,
Fucking
nerds.
kill yourself. I thought they were okay.
Here's how I would rate the Star Wars movies. Probably the best one is not Phantom Menace, Revenge of the Sith. Then it goes like Phantom Menace and all the other ones I don't care about.
Can you like Revenge of the Sith? Like Phantom Menace is the
So
only good. Phantom Menace is the only good prequel.
You don't even know, dude.
Whoa.
Phantom Menace, we got to see the backstory of like Darth Vader and everything.
Everyone, no, it's just a bad movie.
Good argument.
It's
Just no.
horribly executed.
General Grievous and the game that went along with it, Star Wars Battlefront 2, just still.
Star
is
Wars
the
Battlefront 2
epitome.
was amazing.
Battlefront's
Yeah,
amazing, but the movie sucked.
Yeah, but there's cool environments on it, like Felucia. That's why I liked the Phantom Menace too, because the environments they used in that movie are just so mind-blowingly beautiful. Like Naboo in the last fight scene of A Phantom Menace. That's probably not the planet they're on. I don't really know the planets.
Yeah, it's Naboo.
Oh, sweet. I hope that Star Wars 7 brings some of that, like, wow factor back, and it's not just this gritty, like, fucking Hoth and pine trees like we saw in the teaser trailer.
Dude,
You can tell that you're fucking like a teenager right now.
Yeah. Dude, I want action and no meaning whatsoever.
That meaning, I haven't really seen all the Star Wars in a close enough, like, sequence.
Empire was so good. I loved Empire.
Okay, Empire might be my favorite. That's undisputable. But Phantom Menace, close second.
Return was really good.
No, I mean,
New
Red
Hope
Dead close second.
Shit.
Return was good and Hope was pretty good. Those are I love the original trilogy so much.
I always get Return of the King mixed up with Return of the Jedi.
There's only one Return, and it's Return of the Jedi.
Oh, but dude,
Shots fired.
Return of the what? Which one am I talking about?
Are you okay?
I'm a bigger Lord of the Rings fan than I am Star Wars fan, so I didn't really mean that. I'm sorry.
Return of the King. Speaking of hobbits, dude, Hobbit 3. Who's hype?
Not me.
It's gonna come out in between this podcast and the next podcast, so we get to talk. We get to spoil it next time.
Oh shit, we do.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I'm excited. Gonna go see
So
it in IMAX.
I'm
in
excited
San
to
Fran.
ruin lives. Oh yeah.
War of
Bro,
the
I'm
Five Kings.
excited to ruin lives and tear apart relationships.
What's it called? The War of the Five Kings, or
Or the 5 armies. What the fuck is wrong with you? Man, just go kill yourself. I don't even just stop. Stop.
thinking of Game of
Fuck the
Thrones.
Hobbit. Fuck the Hobbit.
Attack of the Hobbits. I want to see that one. The fucking whole Shire just comes, dude. Dude, we're here, man.
Kill yourself, Zanthas. The first 2 Hobbits were pretty good, except for the inexcusable GoPro footage they used in the downhill rapids scene in the barrel chase. That was just
Except for
noticeably shitty.
the fact that there's no fucking Tom Bombadil ever.
Who?
Yeah, well,
You just stop. Stop.
he comes out.
You don't even know who Tom Bombadil is. I can't even get on your level, man.
I've read The Hobbit. And I don't know who Tom Bombadil is.
Tom
Should
Bombadil is such a powerful character that no one would even fucking mess with him. There's no backstory. There's no backstory on him because Tolkien legitimately, deliberately left him a blank slate because there would be mystery behind him.
Who here has read The Silmarillion?
I've read every Lord of the Rings book. I've read every book that Tolkien ever wrote.
Nerd.
Yeah, I mean this was in like high school, man.
Tolkien was an interesting character. There was a Reddit thread in Today I Learned that said he would show up to church to yell at the priests in Latin because he was such a language snob, which is why Elfish is a legit language. Like, you know, Esperanto and Lodgeband and all those neckbeard languages that, like, G occasionally shits themselves over? Elfish is a constructed language just like that. Tolkien was a fucking genius.
So, speaking of movies, Citizen 4 was a very good movie and is also about technology.
What movie?
Are you serious?
Citizen 4?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of Citizen
are
1
you-
through 3 either.
Are you?
should be
What,
banned.
Xanthus?
Wow. Are you serious?
I'm
What?
pretty serious.
Citizen
Oh
4.
my
The Snowden movie.
Citizen 4 is a film directed by Laura Poitras that involves the encounter that Laura Poitras, Glenn Greenwald, and Edward Snowden had in Hong Kong.
See, like, if it doesn't appear on TV for me, I usually don't know about a movie.
Watching TV?
If it doesn't appear as a YouTube
what else
ad
am I
for me,
gonna
I don't
do,
know about
Zanthas? I live in Hawaii.
2014.
I also don't watch TV that much because I go out to the beach and shit, you know?
Watching TV.
I can link the trailer.
I would be. I'm interested now that I know about it.
It's a minute and 30 seconds.
Leaking it. What are you, Sony?
I really want to see it. I was so excited when I saw it.
You should check and see if it's available in theaters around you because it's playing in a lot of like smaller theaters. There was a theater near me that was. It's not like they play like indie films and stuff like that, and they played this movie.
Yeah, I think there's one about half an hour away from me that's playing it.
It's worth the trip. Like, go see the movie. It's very good. And if you want a feel for how Laura Poitras directs and creates films, you should watch some of her other films, such as The Oath and My Country, My Country. They are not technology related. They're, however, very political and very, very good movies.
Which is technology in the end, because a lot of what we do in technology is free software users, is politics in the end.
Right. There's definitely a cross-section between technology and politics. However, those two films are entirely politics.
Legacy,
I wouldn't call them, like, technical movies.
Tron Legacy, for as shitty of a job as it did, actually got a very good point across in their whole, like, information wants to be free, you know, that kind of shit.
I haven't even seen it.
It's worth it.
I watched the trailer just now.
Of Tron, or Citizen 4.
What'd you think, Kittykatt?
I want to see it. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Daft Punk is fuck. So you're absolutely correct with that. And they did a very good job of doing the score for Tron Legacy. It's worth watching just for the music itself.
By the way, VC, they used actual footage in Citizen 4?
Yes. They set up cameras to like film most of the encounter. I'm talking like even him like fixing his hair one day was filmed. They had cameras rolling the whole time.
See, that's the thing. That's so weird. Why would you do that? That's like evidence
because they
fuck
knew
you over.
They knew what they were doing, and they knew what they were doing was, as journalists, like very powerful. And they knew that it needed to be documented. Laura Poitras does like weird stuff like that. After her film, I think it was My Country, My Country, that came out, which was a film about post-war or post 9/11 U.S. politics and foreign policy. She was put on a list, so to speak, and was harassed every time that she re-entered the United States. So bad that she moved to Germany so that she would not have to risk her film footage being stolen or lost.
Wow, I gotta see that.
Yeah, so like they knew what they were doing and they knew the impacts of what they were doing. And as someone who creates films, Laura Poitras took that opportunity to document what was happening as it was happening.
It's the perfect storm.
The movie found her, basically.
Yeah.
That's all that I paid attention to as far as movies went, but there was some other stuff that is just out of my realm of interest.
Well, the new Terminator one came out. The trailer.
Alright, I don't know what to think about it. It looks like it looks like fans try to emulate the feel of Terminator 2, is the vibe I got from that trailer.
Yeah, there's a lot of Terminator 2 in it. Arnold just looks too old.
Yeah.
I when I saw it, I was like, "Wait, are they remaking Terminator 1?" and then like I saw, I guess whatever the actress's name is, just playing Sarah Connors. She was like, "Get into the car." I don't know what the fuck she said, like, and then she told the Terminator to get into the car. I was like, "What?" Or told the guy to get into the car, the guy from the future. I was like, wait, what is this? And then when Arnold came out, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I did not expect that.
There are some series that absolutely beat the dead horse. Terminator's turning into one of them.
Yeah, they need to stop.
Yeah, it's just
I was
sad
excited
at
at the beginning of the trailer because it was all in the future and it actually looked pretty cool and all the action. I was like, oh, this will be cool. And then it was like, oh, sending you to the past. I'm like, oh, this is what happened.
It's like The Matrix kind of all over again, but instead of 2 movies, it's just like this whole
5
franchise now. Yeah.
What is this, 5 or 6?
I've lost count at this point. To me, Terminator died after Terminator 2. Everything after that is just like, ugh. You know, it's tarnishing the reputation that was Terminator, which is a shame because the first Terminator was really good. So was the second one.
Yeah. That iconic thumbs up.
Like Cranian says, I have not even seen Star Wars. Well, fuck you, bitch. I've seen all of the Star Wars at some point in my life. I've just never seen them in one, like, contiguous go that I can safely compare one to another. It's all been at different points in my life that I've seen the Star Wars. But this is the first one that that I've been alive when it'll be in the theater, so my body is getting ready for that.
Dude, let's not talk about Star Wars.
Wait, that isn't true. There should have been like the prequels like came out and were in theaters while you were like alive.
Alive, but not conscious.
Right. Okay. Like I don't know how old you are, but
he's a little kid.
I'm 12.
Right. How old are you?
12.
He's 18.
I'm using voice modulator.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm actually 85, but I just have aged well.
He's Benjamin Button. Which
I've
is actually
aged
a
well.
damn good movie.
Dang right.
By the way, while we're talking about older movies, it's been 2 weeks, so our official channel law of not spoiling things has...
No, we're not doing this.
Zanthas.
Well, what are we
I don't even
spoiling?
know what it is, but we're not doing
Zanthas.
this. I don't even know what it is, but we're not doing this. Let's talk technology.
Interstellar, no.
Finally.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
you heard about
Well-
Sony's big issue, right?
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was going to get
Call
into.
it that. Yeah.
It's a little issue, you know.
Big issue.
Only
Yeah,
100
internal
terabytes.
Did you see
Fuck
that
it,
they talk shit about Adam Sandler?
Really? Ha! I haven't
Yeah.
actually gone through the data yet.
For
So
what?
here's what it was.
That his movies are just blah, and that they don't want to lower the morale of the producers to like Adam Sandler films, and want to bring it back up to like things like what was that Facebook movie, The Social Network, and stuff like that.
That's a fairly accurate statement.
That was a good movie.
There's great Linux scenes in that, actually, where they're configuring an Apache server and stuff like that. Very technically correct.
Something like very like distinct about this Sony hack, different than the other Sony hacks and the other hacks like this year and last year, is that this does not seem to be for any like political reason or any like hacktivist reason as we've seen in the past.
It's absolutely for political reasons, but not for hacktivist reasons.
Right. This is purely to cause, like, there's one thing to, like, even the Sony hack that brought them down for, like, 3 weeks in 2012, was it? Was one thing, but this is just ultimately setting out to destroy a company. Not even to...
What is this? Sorry, I'm not even, like, really listening that part.
It really is, because
Sony-
all companies
Sony got
are
hacked.
information technologies. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so they got their whole database basically just...
But
You know.
have they even said why?
Yes. I was watching Fox News at the gym today, and they
You
said...
gotta be.
that-
Are you gonna? Are
You
you
don't
about
always
to
have a
quote?
choice.
Let's not even
If your
start
gym
there.
only, like, I don't know if your gym only plays Fox News.
They do.
Yeah.
Go to a different
You
gym.
don't always have a choice.
They said that North Korea was to blame
Are
them
you-
because... No, really. And
Like-
that's what-
Sorry, I'm
I-
sorry. That just sounds stupid.
It sounds stupid, but hear me out. So I was watching Interstellar, and there's this trailer about a movie where people are going to go pop Kim Jong-un, and it's a comedy. And
Yeah.
apparently the North Koreans have one bunched group of panties about this, and collectively decided to fuck Sony over as a result of them producing this movie.
Do
like,
North
has
Koreans...
that been confirmed?
Yeah,
though?
well,
It's not confirmed.
Not confirmed, but user agents point to it being some North Korean involvement, which is pretty
do North
interesting.
North Koreans know about the internet?
Please.
They have their own internal internet. They actually have their own operating system called Red Star.
So,
The thing
can
about
they-
cyber warfare is that you can use other bodies as a proxy. Like a lot of nation states are using criminal gangs as proxies in order to reach their endpoint targets. So you can't really tell, and you don't.
A user agent is just you could fake user agent really easy.
I think it will be very interesting if the perpetrator comes forward and states who they are. I think
North
that would
Korea
be...
is even
No,
not saying they're doing it. And if they did do it, they would rub it in our faces so hard.
Not necessarily. Like, they could actually, like, come out at some point and be like, yeah, Sony, fuck you, bitch. And, like, release it, and like, in the future. But let it brew for now.
Is Kim Jong-un still a thing?
Yeah,
he's still alive, yeah.
I thought he got, like, done in.
No, he's still around.
Kim Jong-il, like, just died, like, a few years ago. We got a while.
Yep.
I heard rumors, like, he broke his ankles or something, and then I heard rumors that maybe it was, like, a fucking coup or something. I need to stop listening to Fox News. You guys are right.
You really need to fucking stop
Maybe you
listening
should
to
go
Fox
to a
News.
different gym.
Dude, just find a different gym, man. You obviously just
not
You're-
listen to the news at the gym.
I just don't listen to the news anymore. I
It
just
was out.
read it.
It's 2014.
Shit.
Like, Craig asks us opinions on Al Jazeera.
Shit.
If I could pronounce it, maybe I would have an opinion on it. But you see, I haven't really done much research into what Al Jazeera really is.
Al Jazeera? That's how you pronounce it. Like, it's not... Yeah, like that. You got it.
It has a Z in it, it has a J in it. It's exotic as shit.
Al Jazeera. It's
That's how you say
just
it.
say it, and then, yeah, there you go.
You just say it just like it is, and
You're not going to mess it up. It's easy.
I follow foreign news anyway. I don't really need Al Jazeera to supplement that. I feel like any, like BBC, obviously very good news source. Kill yourself, Zanthas. Whoever's laughing, it's pretty good.
Al Jazeera is a foreign news source.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like any foreign meaning non-American news source is bound to be pretty good. Americans
NPR
have a
is
tendency
pretty
to
good.
blow shit out of proportion. Like Crania wanted us to talk about Michael Brown, and I don't particularly want to do that because that's
nope,
just,
nope. We're
Nope.
not
Yeah,
here.
let's not talk about
Nope.
that in this
That's-
podcast.
no, I'm trying to make a
Not
point of that.
technology.
That's just
Here
one of
comes
those
the
things that fucking blew up for no reason. But there is a technology aspect to it that I do want to talk about.
Stop.
I don't know.
Stop.
Listen, I was going somewhere. So, the whole
going somewhere bad. I'm sure.
the whole issue of this is that they
God, are
want
we actually going into
police
this?
to
No, let's
wear-
talk about Chicago.
No.
Fuck that.
I also have something technology related
You
about
don't
the
even know,
situation.
dude. Yeah, I do too.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
I
do
think
it.
we're talking about the same thing. So, they want police to wear body cams. Is the big
We're not
issue
talking
here.
about the same thing, I promise. But
All right. Well,
Okay, I can get on board with the police body cams thing because there's not enough evidence out there about police because there's police brutality out there, and there's good cops, bad cops, but you can't really ever tell. It's he said, she said kind of thing out there right now.
I'm not so it's interesting that people think it's so doable, but how many police officers are active in this country right now? And then you want to record all of their activities and log that for a non-negligible amount of time. How much storage is that? I mean,
not
Jesus.
only that, but I'd like to point out that any police body camera that is involved in any police case could very trivially become public record
Exactly.
at any point.
And who knows what offshoot they're recording.
Yeah.
Like, I am a very strong advocate for civil rights in police encounters, but also for privacy rights. And
I mean,
it's...
there'd probably be pretty strict regulations on when to have it on and when to have it off, and you have to be smart about it too. Like if you didn't turn it off, that's your fault.
That's the thing. If a police officer is equipped with a body camera, they would be obligated to use it.
Okay,
But like, if you're off the clock, you'd turn off.
Right, you'd turn it
You
off,
wouldn't.
of course. But if you go into, say, a domestic violence case where you are inside someone's house, recording a very private matter going on between a group of people, that is one request for discovery. It's one request for public records away from anyone who wants to have it having it.
Which is,
I don't know. I still think it should be there because, like, cases like the Mac Brown case, it's like
I'm
there's no way to
undecided.
know
I don't know
what
how
really
it
happened.
It's such gray area. Like, if I pull you over in a car and you're fucking, and you see the dash cam video of that, that's obviously a private case, right? It's the same thing, but just to the next level.
Okay, guys, I have a question.
Yeah.
So about the police body cams, like, So are people going to be required to wear this, or where did this come from? Because I don't know anything about this. I'm hearing about it right now. Can you give me like a backstory on this?
So a little bit backstory is that so the case in Ferguson was dropped. Basically, it wasn't dropped, but there's not enough evidence to indict anyone or acquit anyone. So there's not enough evidence for the jury to say either way this or that happened, because it's a he said, she said. Witness testimony is one of the most superficial kinds of evidence anyone could bring to court.
Listen, innocent until proven guilty. You can't do anything about that.
But like, where did this come from, though?
Because people now, there's not enough evidence, but if he had a body cam on, we'd have the irrefutable evidence of what happened. That's why people will want police to wear body cams now, because everyone's up in outrage, but no one can tell you what really happened.
And it's like, is anybody pushing this? Like, I read, like, Ernie said Obama's pushing this.
Obama's pushing it. All the people rioting, almost all the people rioting are pushing this. And a lot of other groups are pushing it.
Liberals.
There's a lot of people trying to push this in.
Okay. And like, basically they would be wearing a body cam out in the field at all times?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Correct.
Well, if they were on the clock and on duty, they would be on and it would be recording.
In fact,
I think
some
with
tasers already have this.
I think with some privacy considerations, this could be like very powerful.
Yeah,
this could be very. There is a legitimate privacy concern, because like you don't want, because that is like one request of public record. That could be. Like, can you imagine your domestic violence case that you don't want on the public end up on police the next day?
There are certain situations in which trials can be held in closed court. For example, court cases involving juveniles will often be held in closed court, which is not part of a public record for privacy concerns. It could be arranged in legislature to allow subjects of those body camera encounters in a case that does not end up going to court, like where there's no one arrested, no one's charged with a crime, to suppress that video so that it will never become part of public record. Think of it the digital equivalent of shredding documents.
I'm sure someone's going to find a loophole to make a public record.
Well, of course, like private investigators and things have means to access that information outside of normal processes. However, if you consider a domestic violence case which is then resolved peacefully, there's no reason why that body camera footage should ever like be saved or anything like that. Or rather, if it is saved, for it to be deleted later when it's no longer ever going to be used.
Right.
Yeah.
There's usually standard protocol, too, on how long you keep that stuff, regardless of how useful it is in any certain case, because there's always the weird off chance that you'll need it at some point.
Right. And it is true that anything that's entered into evidence will, like, become essentially public record unless it's taken part in closed court, like, forever. And that is a concern, because if a domestic violence case does go to court and a party does not want a video to become public record, but because of the circumstances of the court case being domestic violence, one person's able to submit a request for discovery and get that video and enter it into evidence in the trial, then that video is then made public for anyone ever.
Hey guys, there's actually a really powerful movie along these lines, and for some reason, Asatine in the mumble chat just said body cam on a cop taking a shit, and this reminded me of it. There was this movie where people would wear these cameras their whole lives and record everything. And that would all be stored somewhere. And then when they died, some dude would pour through the information and make like a clip show of all of your lives, like best moments. And really, the privacy issues that movie was trying to raise, they're making a statement about just constant surveillance, parallels exactly what we're talking about with the cops wearing body cams all the time.
I think that as long as there's provisions for privacy, I think it should be fine. It not only protects people, it protects the cops too, which is good.
Against...
Well, this is the first
it's
time...
win-win.
This is the first time ever where I've been like, I'd almost rather this even because of even with the privacy concerns, just because of the safety it could, you know, put out the truth out there, the real truth out there, very, very easy.
And I just want
irrefutable proof. I mean, there's no like interpretation. There's no like, oh hey, well you did this. Will you do that because of this or because of this? It's, oh hey, I saw him do that.
Here's the fucking evidence.
I'd also like to point out that dash cam videos that are placed and recorded in police cruisers are implemented in a way that would be approximately appropriate for body cam use, which is only when they enter an encounter does the recording start.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you get, like, when you exit your vehicle, you know, flick a switch or whatever, and, you know, it turns on. Or it could be like a dash cam you have that's removable from your car, and you can attach it to your vest or whatever, you know?
Most modern dash cams will record constantly, and when an officer, for example, starts his lights or pushes a button to start recording, it will start recording from 30 seconds previous. So it holds a 30-second backlight.
Cool.
So it's like that phantom camera where you hit the record button and it records the previous
Ask me
4
how
seconds.
I know. I just paid a $260 traffic fine.
Fucking Christ.
Yay, technology.
I also think that, because I know So was earlier saying that they wouldn't delete stuff like that, but I don't think local police departments don't have enough they don't have enough storage to keep all that. They would have to delete it.
I can assure you that they do have enough storage. Absolutely. Any even poorly funded police station or network of police stations in a district are going to have very sufficient storage to store things for as long as they would like. I'll give you an example. It's not a police case, but I just picked up a server that was sold online for $250, and it's a 15-bay NAS. $250, and you have the technical equipment to set up 45 terabytes of data storage.
There's a little bit of a discrepancy there, though.
Well, they still have to buy the hard drives.
Right.
Correct. $250 plus the actual storage, which is another like $1,000.
And even then, enterprise level storage, like what do they call that? There's a specific name for large storage systems, and they're usually tape
backups.
Yeah, it's quite expensive per gigabyte.
I'm talking about like small towns that are like do not receive the kind of funding to set up an enterprise level like technical solution for their data storage.
Yeah, but with this type of privacy, they might actually write in law certain requirements where it has to be enterprise.
Yeah, because it's redundant, and if something goes wrong, you want that evidence. We spend, as a government, billions of dollars on our digital storage. Like So mentioned in our Mumble text chat, that facility they built in Utah, which was how many billions of dollars just for
on
storing.
A federal level, of course. Like, there's, secret budgets, so essentially unlimited. If they want something, they get it.
And this is what pisses me off. We spend all that money recording digital logs that are just... most of the time it's just like kids sexting each other in fucking Snapchat, or like texting, hey, when are you going to be here, Bay, and stuff like that, when we should be putting that money into organizations that matter, like, I don't know, NASA or our farmers or something. NASA had to basically crowdfunding their way to Mars.
That's
in a
so
way.
sad.
Yeah. That was on our little...
the NASA
Doppler.
Orion. actually successfully launched.
This week?
Yes, yes, it did. Pretty
How many
excited.
stages? How many stages was that rocket? 2. It's one of the first of its type. And it actually works pretty well.
Yeah. So I think they have on their schedule 2020 is when they will land on an asteroid. And then after that they'll start shooting for moon on by Mars, and then 2030
it's official, guys.
2030 is around when they'll want to land people on Mars.
A manned mission to Mars.
Yep.
Are they? Now, I've heard of missions to Mars before that have been planned, and none of them ever take account for a return trip, which has been interesting. I know Mars 1, that project, absolutely does not plan for that manned mission to return to Earth. I'm assuming NASA is, obviously. We're not just going to leave people there.
Yeah, I think they're planning on returning the astronauts back.
I don't know. As an astronaut, that'd be a fucking honor, wouldn't it? Be the first person to die on a foreign body. There was a contingency speech that JFK wrote, and it's now available to the public because of how copyright shit works. Or actually, I'm not quite sure how this whole thing turned out, but it's a speech that he wrote in the event that one of the astronauts was left on the moon, and it's really neat to go back now and look at it.
That would be from a Freedom of Information request.
Okay.
Classified documents automatically declassify after a certain amount of time, depending on when they will actually stop needing to be classified. And when that document was declassified, you can get it through a request.
I've read it. It's actually really sad.
It's sad, but damn, patriotic as hell. You look at the moon, you see the blood and work of Americans and whatever that speech said. It's been a while since I read it. It made me feel American as shit, though.
I haven't read it. I should.
America.
So, it's getting kind of late. Are we going to make a phone call anytime soon?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. This is a special episode.
Wait, what are we doing?
What?
VC, you do it.
Well, yeah, I have the tactical phone call set up.
Yes.
Who does not know what's going to happen?
Me.
I don't think Kittykatt does.
I have Moot's phone number, so I'm going to call him and see if he answers.
Here we go.
Tactical phone call. I just want to make something clear. Tactical phone call is a Mumble setup of mine that allows me to make phone calls and allows Mumble channels to participate in those phone calls.
That's pretty awesome.
So if I call someone, they will answer and then hear the Mumble, essentially.
Yeah, and we have tested this.
We've tested it. I called Uncle D and it worked. So you'll be able to talk to Moot if he answers. But I called him a couple weeks ago and he did not, but we'll see if he does now.
Make sure you unmute and undeafen.
Second tries the charm, guys.
Like that.
Yep.
But what are we gonna say?
You're on air.
You're on air?
Yeah.
No, you'll hang up.
What do we want to ask Moot?
I guess somebody should just lead him in.
Why are you
Sing the
such a faggot?
song.
I could actually ask him if he has anything to say to the podcast.
Yeah.
I think we're going to
Yeah.
We're going to
podcast from a
I
community
do think that we should have
uses-
someone designated to talk in the event that he answers.
Uncle D.
Uncle D for
Oh
sure.
God! All right.
Okay,
Uncle,
you should just say,
who is
and
this 4chan?
tell him that he's on the air. Say on the
Alrighty.
If
Say
you
this
say,
is 4chan.
on the air.
You are 4chan.
Who is this 4chan
Oh,
guy?
God.
And right now we're calling.
I'm going to call it you'll hear the ringing.
Yep.
I'll simulate the ringing. That's a really good
shit.
reenactment. It's a long fucking... My body's so ready.
At the tone, please
Leave a
record your
voicemail.
message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, Christopher Poole. This is Uncle D from the Teknik podcast,
Chris.
and we are here online talking about all sorts of fun technology news and wanted to talk to you about some stuff. We host it every 2 weeks, So if you could give us a call back, that would be great, and we'd love to have you on our show. Thank you.
Before you hang up, email me at kzz@hotmail.com if you could bang Hulk Hogan as a chick or Kim Kardashian as a dude.
That's terrible. Moot, if you would like to be on the show anytime in the next 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, call 253-397-1634, and that will get you directly on the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1 to listen to your message.
Jesus
Press 2
Christ.
to erase and re-record. Press to send your message with normal delivery. Press 1.
Urgent,
To send
urgent,
message with
urgent.
urgent delivery. Press 2. Thank you. Your message has been sent. Goodbye.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's real, by the way. If he calls, you'll probably even hear the ringing on the mumble. Like you'll hear the ringing sound.
Anyone else you guys want to call?
Yeah, we can call anyone else in the meantime.
Do we have anyone else's cool number?
Let's just call somebody.
Anybody
have a contact? Oh, dude, do we have anybody from G Technology, like exclusive interview that we can phone in?
I wonder how long it's going to be before he changes this number.
What if he already has?
What if that was a random person? Holy shit.
He's just gonna call back and answer my question. He's gonna be like, Hulk Hogan, hang up.
Just fucking, definitely Hulk Hogan, faggots, and then just hang out.
We're all banned from 4chan now.
I'm not a faggot. Click.
I don't even care. I haven't gone to 4chan in like years.
Oh shit, that's actually the wrong number. I just recently got a new number. I have to call him back.
Dude,
God damn it.
fucking god.
I have to say that again? Alright, we got
Hey.
this.
Oh, hold on. No. That's the correct number for Moot. That is not the correct direct contact number for this podcast.
Okay.
So the callback.
So
right.
we should
So I have to
another
call him
message.
back and then give him the new number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me find it. One sec.
Jesus. Like you called the wrong person. Oh
No.
my fucking God.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
That would be hilarious. Just
Oh,
some
yep.
random
That's
person
actually-
fucking looks at their voicemail like, what the
It's-
fuck is
what
this?
It is definitely the wrong number, so I am gonna have to call back.
Alright, let's do this.
Try to.
Does anybody have Linus's number?
Oh,
I think
No.
so.
like from Charlie Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally from Charlie Brown.
Oh, they're making another movie of that, by the way.
Tell me about it after this phone call.
Okay.
At the tone, please record your message. When
Ready
you
to
have
talk,
finished
VC.
recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, Moot. The correct phone number to get on the podcast is 206-203-6677. The other one is an old number and doesn't work anymore. So call that and you will be directly on the show.
Hey, Moot. If you could suck a black dick on a white man or a white dick on a black
Fucking-
man, which
I
would it be?
promise
Hang
that
up.
question is
Hang
not
up.
representative of this podcast.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Just re-record that shit.
God damn it.
He's just interjecting a little bit of 4chan.
Wow.
Because this is a technology
Yeah.
podcast, I should talk about the technology that I'm using with Tactical Phone Call.
You do. You should.
Yeah.
I want to know how
actually,
you're doing that.
The number that Moot can call in or anyone can call in to this podcast is routed through SIP. And I use a website called IP Call, which is free, completely free. We'll give you a number that people can call and we'll route it to a SIP account. So you can set up a SIP account using a client like Linphone or Akiga to set up your own SIP account and have a real phone number that people can call in through a SIP server.
That's cool. Is that what you got on your website? That was it?
The contact number? Yes.
Yeah.
I just haven't updated it yet.
Okay.
I should do that. But the actual Mumble client, Tactical Phone Call, is just another Mumble client on my desktop with another certificate, but it's set to continuous broadcast, and it routes through Pulse Audio null syncs in such a way that the output from Linphone, which is my SIP client, goes to Tactical Phone Call's recording, so it broadcasts over the Mumble channel. And the playback is another null sync that Linphone uses for recording. So anything that's played back through Mumble goes to Linphone and broadcasts it through the phone call.
Kudos
This
to
is
you,
another
good
reason,
sir, for using Pulse
on
in such a creative way.
Dude, this is why Pulse Audio is great. For that reason, fucking redirecting syncs on the fucking fly and shit like that. That's
the greatest thing is
that's the reason I use Pulse Audio.
that's 4 lines in a Pulse Audio configuration file.
Right?
That's
right?
it. That's it. To create 2 null syncs and create 2 monitors for the null syncs. That's it.
See, I realized Pulse Audio is a shit piece of software, but like it does its job. It does the job that it does really, really well.
That describes everything that linear potting writes, though. Like SysMD, we can all admit it's pretty shitty, but fuck, dude, I'll be damned if it doesn't get the job done.
It gets the job. It gets it done well. If you don't pay attention to the back end shit, if like you don't look at what's in there, you're like, damn, this is a good piece of software.
I feel it's like when you're talking to a fat chick on text message.
Yeah, you don't know she's fat, but like you're like, man, she's smart and shit.
She's
You're like,
funny as hell. And then you see what's like behind the mask, and you're like, oh fuck.
Dymatic, you're an asshole. You know that? Yeah, I can't believe you.
What? What?
You did agree with me, though.
On and off, I did. I'm an asshole though, so I mean, at least I know. On an off note, Linphone is a great SIP client.
It is. I like it. When I was using Debian a few months ago, I ran into some problems with Linphone's playback through Pulse Audio that I was never able to resolve until I switched distros. But now I don't have any of those issues. So they do still have some issues to solve, either with the downstream, like the distributions, or something, but it is a good piece of software.
And Uncle, I know you care about this, but I don't know how many other people do.
No one cares about anything that Uncle D cares about.
It's true.
Basically. Like, he's the only Windows user in the channel, and all this other, like, hipster stuff that he does.
Yeah, that Uncle guy is kind of a jerk.
Yay, Windows Phone.
He's his own man, though. Oh, troll. Dude.
What are you talking?
Did I talk about
Go ahead.
how I used to troll people in real life? Or never mind. Look, it involves a bridge, but I'll tell that after the podcast. So yeah, Rooster Teeth. The red versus blue.
Oh, yes.
God.
Dude, RT.
Yep, bought out.
Yeah.
Bought out.
By Microsoft?
Like 2 months. 2 months after they crowdfunded $2 million for a fucking movie. Yeah, no, Full Screen Entertainment. The same people that own Cyanide and Happiness bought them out.
Oh, wow. Which
is such a shitty move to do that right after a huge crowdfunding campaign like they had. What the what? How could they?
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to affect their content, but I think it's going to make it a lot more
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more structured and not the kind of things they used to do, which were very non-PC.
They launched a kids channel right after this happened, too. I immediately, as soon as they got bought out by Fullscreen, unsubscribed from all of their YouTube channels, just blanket. And I could be overreacting, I don't know. But they were just... Being an independent company was part of what made them unique. And they really were like the shining beacon of independent... I don't want to say independence, because they're not fucking Paul Revere or whatever. But just like such a unique company in the web space. Now they're not anymore. They're just this little part of a conglomerate like everybody else.
And they're one of the only good things about Texas.
Oh, dude,
oil.
Okay.
Gas prices are sick lately.
Dude, so Rooster Teeth, and I'm catching on my webcomics, so I was reading a webcomic about this, but it just reminded me about a GTA 5 thing that went down in Australia, actually. GTA 5 was pulled from every Australian department store shelf.
Why, for like...
Because someone started a petition, every Target in Australia pulled all of the GTA 5s because...
Angry mothers.
There was a petition started that it was too violent and that it promoted violence in women. So it promoted violence to women, and Target actually pulled it from all their shelves. Like, we realize that a lot of people don't express this opinion, but we think for the safety of the public, this should be off the shelf. So someone else started a petition to remove the Holy Bible from all the Target shelves now too, because of all of the wars that it has started.
They're not wrong. And I just want to say, good try, Australia. Who goes to brick and mortar stores for games anymore in the year 2014? And most people are going to be digitally downloading that shit.
The year of our Lord.
Year of the Linux desktop.
No.
Keep dreaming.
The year
2015 will be
defined as n-1, where n is their current year. And 1 is a constant that means -1, because I meant to say plus, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You know what, Zanthas? Your face is technology.
Not that much happened to technology. There's some stuff that I care about, but I know that nobody else cares about.
Apple just got sued, kind of post-mortem, for their DRM that they were using back with the original iPod and stuff like that. So they're actually getting sued because they think that because iTunes would only allow their music, then that was kind of monopolizing the entire industry, which it was. So they're getting sued about that.
Serves them right.
Is it a private lawsuit or is it a class action?
I'd have to look at that. I think it is a private.
I doubt private is the correct term, but not class action.
Yeah, I don't think
over
it's class action.
Was it over consumers or was it over
it's
a
class
company's
action lawsuit?
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, our fact checker,
Wow.
Zanthas.
Fact actor.
Excellent. If that results in a payout, just by the way, you should fill it out and submit your part in the class action lawsuit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you do get paid for that.
It is not like a fucking joke. You can enter into class action lawsuits and then years later receive a check for who knows how much money.
Yeah.
I entered into an LCD screen class action lawsuit in 2012, like January of 2012, and just recently received a check in the mail for $560.
Fuck, dude. That paid off for you.
Not bad.
So it's worth the 5 minutes that it takes to fill out, and you are entitled to it legally if you match the class.
Yeah. One of the other cool things about this particular lawsuit is they are using pre-recorded audio from Steve Jobs as testimony because he is part of the entire investigation, but obviously he's dead. So
yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, so they're finding pre-recorded audio to use in the trial.
Now, I don't want to say I'm glad he's dead, but glad he's gone.
Oh, God.
No.
What an old, like, Jesus Christ. If you look autism up in the dictionary, that's like the sentence example they give. Right?
No, I honestly think that's a good way to respond. Like, I mean, he was asked. It's not like he just went out and said it. That's the best way to respond to that and being honest.
Yeah, he is brutally honest.
Yeah.
I like
But
Armin.
still, it's
Good shit right there. Honestly. Right there.
I like Steve Jobs too, though, from a businessman perspective. I like Steve Jobs in the same way that I like Frank Underwood in House of Cards.
Yeah, I don't like the products he had, but he was damn good at selling them.
Yes, he was. By the way, motherfuckers, February 27th for all you House of Cards fans out there. Woo-woo.
What?
I actually think I'm gonna dip out now. I gotta go do some shit, but I contributed to every topic.
All right, tell your wife hi for me.
I will. She's in the other room playing Smash Bros on the Wii U we just bought.
Nice.
See you guys later.
Alright, so Kittykatt
See ya.
smash with his wife in the other room.
Yeah, I am. That's right.
I hope she heard that.
Hey, babe!
Bring her on. Have her call the number.
The guys said they want me to smash you in the bedroom.
Jesus.
What the
Nothing. I'll be right there.
Nothing, alright.
It paid off.
I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
All right.
Alright. I like, too, that he so much wanted to talk about technology, and now that he's gone, I'm not glad he's gone, glad he's dead. That didn't make any sense. I'm actually going to talk about the one technology thing that I care about this week.
Go on.
Which is something that So, or one of So's like friends, and somebody in So's tribe brought up, which is things accidentally being Turing complete, which was a fucking hilarious article. Did anybody read that?
Huh. Do you have a link to it?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's somewhere. I'll get it after the podcast. But a lot of things are accidentally Turing complete. And one of them is the rules to Magic the Gathering. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
I read that.
How in the world, like, it took humanity, right, 500,000 years to invent the Turing machine, and a fucking card game does it by accident.
What is this So's tribe thing? I'm curious.
I think I found the article.
Is this like, do you have an Indian reservation or something? Do you all live in teepees?
That sounds nomadic as shit.
If so, can I join?
If so. Solid pun, bro.
Oh, please.
There was an unfortunate addition to accidentally Turing complete things this week, though. And I'm the only motherfucker in here that cares about it, so it's a very minor point. But Mozilla's new programming language, Rust, its type system's accidentally Turing complete, which really fucks a lot of stuff up. So, if you're interested in any of that, go research that on your own time, because it's not really, it's dense as shit, and I don't want to talk about it right now. But it's a fucked situation there. Because now, Rust will never technically be able to implement itself, according to somebody in the Reddit thread on this accidental discovery. What it was is somebody implemented brainfuck in the Rust type system. And they're just like, dude, this should never be able to happen. It would be like being able in Java or C# to create a Turing machine using only classes and no executable code. It's so fucking weird.
That is hilarious.
That's all I really researched this week, because I've fallen into, like I said, I was on programming break for like 6 months, and then all of a sudden, just shit.
So what were you working on in that programming break?
I'm gonna usurp Combat.
Really?
Combat's reign is over.
It's funny, because I just started rewriting him.
I know, you're on Combat 3, right? This is iteration 3 of IRC Bot?
Yeah.
Fucking sweet, dude.
We should totally get Engine on this, by the way, if you're going to talk about bots.
Yeah, because he's the person I originally forked the bot from, but there's not that much code in his bot. What he's planning is a bot that's dynamically programmable, which we should add to Combat, by the way, in Combat 3.
I plan on it.
So
he was inspired by Tombot, if you guys remember that. Tombot was the shit.
You're welcome, motherfucker.
What was the dude's name that used it? Fuck,
Sure.
Yeah, what happened to them?
Uni.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's still active on GitHub, but he ain't coming back to IRC anymore.
Oh, well. Probably for the best. He doesn't have to waste his time with us. Alright, guys, so
another thing
I want to talk about Bitrig, or I want to hear Kori talk about Bitrig, because I don't know anything about it.
Uncle D was going to say something, so you can say what you wanted to say.
Say what you want to say.
So, another thing that popped up recently is a group did a bunch of research into SSL certification and actually figured out it was more vulnerable to hacking than not having SSL certification at all.
I read that, and I considered pointing out something in the article that you cite with the point in the topic list. This is not about SSL itself or TLS or its implementation. Authorities. It's not either about the certificate authorities. It's about the all-inclusive security seal companies that have the logos that you can put on your website, certifying you as being, giant air quotes, secure. Mm-hmm. The study was about the Symantec, McAfee, TrustGuard, and Quali's secure logo, and you could click on the logo and view their website where they said, yes, we've scanned this website and it is secure. And the reason why, I assume, I have not, I admit, read the entire article, why this is the case, why they are more insecure, is because you get into a sort of closed off area, a short list of security vulnerabilities that you have to worry about. But as long as you get that seal, as long as you're using, say, PDO statements for your like SQL code with your website or something like that, then you're good. When you might miss something else that the security scanner does not scan for.
Yeah.
When you do need to worry about it. So it creates a false sense of security when you should be thinking about everything.
And
pretty much, yeah.
By using these extra programs like SSL and whatever security, all you're doing is increasing your attack surface.
Well, no. SSL is a very quality technology to use for websites. I do say that, and I mean it.
And then Heartbleed too.
Oh my god, stop. Stop.
If
Dymatic.
you want to talk about like weird one-off vulnerabilities to crypto code, we can talk about the Debian SSH key vulnerability. However, when the Debian SSH key vulnerability came out and all of these servers across the internet were suddenly vulnerable and could be intruded just because of the way that their SSH key was generated, did not mean that there was a group of people that stood up and said, hey, maybe we shouldn't be using OpenSSH.
That's a very solid point, actually. It's just one-off vulnerabilities.
And I promise you, the vulnerabilities in, say, Microsoft's SSL code do not have the same type of public auditability that OpenSSL does. And the vulnerabilities in those would be patched with a generic, vulnerability in Microsoft SSL code patch, and you would never hear about it when there may be live exploits on the internet that are being sold used to exploit your server.
Speaking of OpenSSH keys, there's something last week we didn't talk about that I just want to throw in here in the middle of this discussion. It's called Profanity 65. You can without that voice crack, where you can generate SSH keys that are entirely made of swear words.
Jesus Christ. I hope no one uses those in production.
No, absolutely not.
Now I kind of want to use it in production.
I would consider using it for a GitHub, because
I'm assuming it does it in a way that significantly decreases the amount of entropy you have in your key.
I would assume so. I didn't look at the internals of it.
Yeah.
That's the only way you really could do it.
So, don't actually use that.
Not for anything you want to keep secure.
I already have so many goddamn SSH keys linked to my GitHub. I have 16 SSH keys in my GitHub account.
Jesus.
It sounds like you have some profiling to do. You should take a look at your, I don't know if you only use GitHub or if you use other servers as well, but you really should have an organized set of SSH keys.
I use GitHub and Zanthas as a server before we delete all my shit.
Oh. It's a good habit to get into. If you have 16 keys and 2 servers, I have 3 keys and I don't know servers. You should really it's great because if any of those get lost, you shouldn't have to worry about, oh shit, what servers can't I access now?
All of mine got lost.
So it's a good, it's a good habit to get into.
That's why I have 16, because I keep losing the old ones and I just make new ones.
Then remove the old ones.
Remove the old ones, get up.
Then you're good.
Nah. That's work.
You are such a lazy ass man. But
hey, I wouldn't have to use GitHub if you didn't delete my server on your home, Zanthas.
I was.
You can always use Teknik Git.
Yeah, he had actually a
self plug.
You can SSH in.
I'm Ukrainian's hero, by the way.
Anyway, now that that's over, Bitrig 1.0 came out. It's an OpenBSD fork. The developers... Actually, let me just talk about Bitrig for a bit. I've been accompanying the project for a while. It's an OpenBSD fork. The developers forked OpenBSD because they wanted to create something secure, clean, but also modern. They chose OpenBSD because the code was pretty clean. So they are following the standards, but they wanted to go places where the OpenBSD devs couldn't because of how used and trusted their code is. It's very stable, but Bitrig devs wanted to do something more, I could say, experimental. So they forked OpenBSD and they replaced a lot of shit. Like, they replaced GCC, their custom OpenBSD has a custom version of GCC with some patches, and they replaced that with Clang and some other shit. There's going to be a link with all the changes they made, the change log, I guess, in the description, but that's about it. Bitrig is an experimental fork of OpenBSD, you could say that, but it's in no way unstable.
Good choice with Clang, too. That's always a bonus for me, too, if a distribution is going to be using Clang over GCC. There's jokes on about GCC being deprecated, but heck, it could happen, and Clang would be the one to usurp it. I'm not trying to get away from Bitrig. I'm actually really interested in this because, OpenBSD is such an important part of the open source community.
I hope this puts some life back into OpenBSD and attracts some more developers, because it's stagnant right now. Yeah, it's really stagnant right now. And part of the reason is because of Theo. And even though he's part of the reason it's great, but part of the reason it's so stagnant is because of him. He's so controlling, I guess.
It's unfortunate, too, that FreeBSD was the foundation to get $1 million last week, when OpenBSD makes code and propagates it throughout the entirety of the open source community. FreeBSD kind of keeps it within their own little, I don't want to say walled garden, because that's, obviously not the right term for it, but they keep in their own ecosystem.
Right.
Well, OpenBSD does something such as OpenSSH. You see it on everything, to different Unixes, to Linux, but then FreeBSD does something like Beehive or a Jails implementation, and it's specific to that system. OpenBSD is Robinhood.
I guess the most important part of Bitrig is that we now have an OpenBSD-based system with some modern aspects. Like they're working on to getting GPT support. Well, it's present, but EFI support as well. Booting with EFI. OpenBSD is working on that as well, but they have more important shit to do right now, such as LibreSSL, for example. But I think Bitrig is going to be an interesting addition to the BSD ecosystem.
Well, the BSD ecosystem is so small anyway that any addition is pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty much just the big four, as I like to call them.
Huh.
Net Open, Free, and what?
Dragonfly.
Come on, bro.
But I thought that was a fork of Free.
Yeah, maybe a long time ago. Actually, isn't it a fork of Net?
Yeah.
It's a fork of FreeBSD.
Is it?
OpenBSD is a fork of NetBSD, and NetBSD and FreeBSD came from 4.4 BSD.
Light.
I'm very motherfucking partial to PCBSD. It's actually a pretty solid system, and a bit different than FreeBSD. It's obviously built in the base, but it adds a lot. So their install files, which are kind of reminiscent of .exes, where it's all just packaged up into one little PCBSD build. Anyone have experience in PCBSD, or am I just like...
I know it uses ZFS for root by default. That's about it.
It can. You can change it. With the installer, you can absolutely change that.
Yeah, but it's by default, it's ZFS root.
PCBSD has some neat shit. I guess neat GUI applications.
Mm-hmm.
Are pretty cool.
They stress... what do they call that thing with the retards? They stress...
App Cafe?
No, they stress ease of use.
Yeah, there's another word they use.
We're just chanting. We're doing like throat songs. Oh my god, what is happening? This is not the right time to have text to speech on, fellas.
Yeah, I don't
Thank
know
you so much.
But this is supposed to be BSD for noobs, I guess. What the fuck? I just saw the text chat. See, Janice was just spamming the shit out of there.
Janice has something that he would really like to say within the channel, and sorry, listeners, it has to wait for another time. I don't know. Maybe we should Austin Powers it up and get us some Brits.
Brits?
Zanthas, you drop your mic again.
Hold on. You want a Brit?
How about Janice?
Okay.
Yeah, a Brit.
I kind of feel bad. She's been wanting to get on this whole time. I feel bad.
No, don't feel bad.
I think part of the reason that it's good that they're using LLVM and Clang, besides that, the fact that they're using an old GCC, is that, well, it's the reason. That is the reason. OpenBSD uses an old GCC because they don't use anything that's GPL version 3 in the base operating system.
As well, they shouldn't.
Just like
a communistic license.
Just like Apple ships with an old version of GCC. No, wait.
Yeah,
the
hold
old
on.
version of the GNU. The GNU userland. I don't know about GCC.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the reason they're using this old ass GCC is because of all the patches they made to it as well, like security patches.
I heard just developer talk, that GCC deliberately makes their code confusing to traverse so that it's harder to use in other people's products. I don't know if there's any validity to that.
That's the same with all FSF projects. If you look at the code, there's a comparison page between Echo and Cat between different operating systems.
Let's not go into that bullshit.
Yeah, but
that's harmful software.
Guys,
nah. The thing is, it's
lines
kind of funny.
Lines of code does not equal quality. Please.
No.
It really does not.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's kind of funny how simple some implementations are. Where all GCC is this, well, GCC not GCC's fucking GNU. Yes, GNU shit is just way too complicated when it does the same shit as BSD or.
It's more enterprise.
I agree. I agree. The GNU userland is more complex, but I think it was designed to be like that. It was designed to do everything. Like GNU was supposed to be like when it was what's the word for it? Thought of?
A little seed?
Initialized or whatever. It was gonna be. It was the only free operating system. So they tried to do everything with the core utilities.
It was utopia too. Like they thought it was very progressive at the time, which is why Herd never really came to fruition, because it was such a. There's a word I'm looking for here that I just can't fucking get. It was a very wishful thinking on the part of the designers of the early GNU operating system. They wanted it to be perfect, and they couldn't achieve it.
Just like Herd.
That's what I'm mentioning.
Yeah. Have you guys? Do you guys, besides Dymatic, because he knows, do you guys know anything about Herd or GNU mock Herd?
Kind of.
I only know a bit.
Not really.
Its design is actually very complex. It's basically a set of it's a microkernel.
Yeah.
But it's built around it is a set of servers, and they're supposed to relay information to each other, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Which is it's just a more fleshed out idea of what Linux does in its internals.
Well, yeah, but
to some extent,
modern
it does
Linux,
things way differently.
Sounds very modular.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's extremely modular. Like
I love modular.
It was if Linux hadn't made the kernel, and I guess if Herd had more developer support, I think our computing would have been better. But I mean, well,
he motherfucking Linus Torvalds wrote that kernel in binary because he didn't have an assembler. What a fucking badass. So, I think I mentioned this last week, actually. But, dude, also, Roller Coaster Tycoon was made entirely in assembly.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love those stories of early computing that would just you never hear from today.
And you just think about how much work would have to go into that, and you're just like,
I couldn't do that now with OpenGL in like D.
Fucking D.
I love me some D, dude. That wording. No, I could argue for days. D is actually a pretty good language. But I have shitty taste in programming languages anyway, and I know that I do. Because I'm okay with Visual Basic, and I don't think Java is particularly bad, and I'm a C# fanboy. Come at me, G.
Oh shit, I just died.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
R.I.P. So DC is a vampire. Oh, dude, what was the vampire thing I'm thinking of right now? Was there some vampire shit that happened too? In terms of a trailer we got to see?
vampires aren't real, Dymatic.
A trailer. He's talking about movies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, prank call Kittykatt.
This is kind of technology related, only because it has something to do with tactical phone call. I used to make threads on 4chan saying, with my SIP setup, saying, hey, name a phone number and tell me something to say, and I will call it and say that thing, and post the recording. And people did it, like hundreds of times. And I would just call, say the thing, record the reaction, and post it in the thread. And just because of that simple, like, stupid thing that I was doing, someone posted in the thread saying, hey, call this number. Say, hey, I know about the person you killed last summer. And I called the phone number, and I said the thing, and the person on the other line freaked the fuck out.
It was probably the guy, to be fair. It was probably just the guy that posted the number.
I think it was, I don't know, like, it turned into a huge thing in the thread, but something that someone said about the prank calling reminded me about it.
I gotta look through the archive now.
I'll see if I have the recording. I should have it somewhere.
It was on G, right?
No, this was on B, because it
B?
wasn't technology.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that sounds
the
like
actual thing
something
wasn't
on B.
technology related.
I've been
Something
been to
similar
that
happened to me
board
today.
such a long time. Go on.
I was doing calculus with a chick that lives on a donkey farm, and another person that I was doing calculus with said, hey, let's fucking prank call some people. So he takes my phone, and we just call this person in California and start speaking in another language, and his reaction was the most American thing I've ever heard. He's just like, speak in English, I can understand you. Know, he just got so irritated that we weren't even speaking in English to him. So funny. See, I'm probably getting arrested after this, guys.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Totally, man.
Dymatic, tell that story about the animals, is what Light Cranian just said. Oh, yeah. I got to touch your donkey, dude. I said that at the beginning of the podcast, though. I was telling the story about its hair and everything. Alright, there you go, Light Cranian. Just made Light Cranian's night. He apparently is a... Can you fucking... Like, I know you can eat horse, because where I go, they sell horse steaks in, like, the supermarket. Can you eat donkey?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, dude, you're not wrong with horse sushimi either. It's an Asian market that sells horse. And like jackfruit and durian, which durian is that fruit that stinks to high fucking heaven. But if you want a fruit that's going to blow your mind, get jackfruit.
I think I've heard of that.
Oh yeah, I've heard. It's the fruit that inspired the flavor for juicy fruit.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yes.
So
I know
wonderful.
what this
It's
is.
like a combination. It's like a strawberry, a banana, and like a sour watermelon got in a gangbang, and the result was this just masterpiece of nature. But it's fibrous as shit, and if you eat too much, you're not going to be having a good time. But in moderation, jackfruit is the best thing you'll ever do with your life.
Yeah.
This is
For those
technology
who
related, by
have-
the way.
Yeah, this is totally
For those who
technology.
have
Yeah. If
they
we're talking
become
about food,
evangelists.
I have a story.
Wait,
A very boring
I heard
one at that.
Alusion. I heard Alusion say something. Go on, Alusion.
No, don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
I have a
Okay,
very
good
boring
Lucian.
story.
Go
It-
ahead.
I'm learning to cook, right? So I looked up some recipes for a fish cake, and I want to eat fish cakes because they're fucking tasty as hell. So I made this, and when I went to eat it, I went to eat it, and it tastes like fucking nothing. Like I bit into it, and it tasted like nothing at all. I got so fucking sad that day. It was actually pretty fucking ridiculous. Like, I went to bed thinking, oh, I just made something that tastes like nothing. What the fuck, my life's over.
You're like everybody that's ever eaten tofu ever.
Yeah, so you just made tofu.
Culted Sulfy is probably the guest. Whoa, dude. All the letters in that sentence were... Oh, let me try again. Palted...
What?
I'm trying to say that salted coffee is actually a really good combination.
It is salted coffee.
I never knew. I never knew before today, but I think my life changed.
Do you guys know... Do you guys know about cooking with dog? That
Oh
show?
god. Okay. God damn it.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Do the different breeds have like different flavors?
No, it's just this Japanese web show where a fucking dog narrates everything with the most Japanese accent ever.
Oh,
It's fucking great. You should watch it.
not what I thought you were talking about.
Nah, yeah, someone said that as well in the comments. Are you gonna cook a dog?
Speaking of Japan, did you guys
Speaking of
hear
cooking
that Nintendo is patenting a Game Boy emulator?
No.
Yep.
Yeah, Kori actually pointed this out. You want to talk a little more about it?
For some reason, Nintendo decided that it was a good idea to patent Game Boy emulators. I think they have in mind something for the Wii to have Game Boy games there, or maybe the 3DS. I think that would be a better choice, but to have Game Boy games in there, and they can't really do that now without the patent. Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure then. Maybe something with Wii.
Well, so the patent is really for, because there are Game Boy emulators out there, but what they really want is a Game Boy emulator on those panels in airplanes.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
heard something about that.
Yeah. So what they're doing, they're patenting the emulator that will work on all very mediocre pieces of hardware. And they actually partnered, I see that they partnered in the 90s with Singapore Airlines. I flew with them once. Pretty nice.
This is part of a bigger step by Nintendo, though, because this is just 2 weeks after they said, fuck it, derivative works are absolutely okay, we will not pursue copyright strikes on them, allowing Let's Plays in Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Among some other things.
And while they are, some might not like the fact that they're patenting what they're doing, but, you know, they have the right. It won't hurt anything.
Screw it.
I read something about they went to put things on train stations and shit as well. Like,
yeah,
just put shit in public. Game Boy emulators. Japan actually has that shit, a lot of that shit. I actually saw something on Reddit today that you can actually play ping pong with the person on the other side of the street in the fucking I forgot the name.
the button thing. Yeah, I don't actually think it has a name.
Dude, I just imagine two like Asians standing across the street and like super slamming ping pong balls across the road at each other.
Nah, the fucking game. Oh. You just make me think of something like someone playing Pokemon with the other person on the other side of the street. That would be fucking great.
But yeah, I also said that
It would be
today. The Pong playing across the street from each other, and it actually is a good idea because it would give an incentive to not jaywalk.
I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, Spoonham in the chat asked what jaywalk is. It's where you walk across when you're not allowed to.
He spelled it a cool way too.
Yeah,
You know,
it's J-A-Y, walk.
It's illegal to cross the street unless it's at a crossing.
You know,
Totally.
a while ago, when solar road panels were just all the rage, you could absolutely use them to discourage jaywalking because you can make the crosswalks interactive or something, like make footprints or something when you're going across it. I don't know. There's so many positive benefits to those solar roadways, but prohibitively motherfucking expensive.
Yeah, where was it? Switzerland or the Netherlands or somewhere over there that has the solar bike path now.
Oh, I don't know. Colorado has some in very limited areas. Is it profitable to have these solar roadways or not? The ones that are proposed, but a certain implementation of them. So it exists in America, but in very small areas. I don't know about the bike paths.
It was the Netherlands.
Leave it to the Netherlands, man, to do something bike related. They're all about that. Which shit, good for them. I follow different German news websites just to buff up on my German, and I saw that the biggest German power company is going to completely phase out non-renewable energy by the year 2020, which is the dicks.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Just say the dicks? Yeah, it's pretty good dicks, Dymatic.
No, that means it's it's a very positive thing. And it shows that there is lucrative possibility in renewable energy. They hate nuclear.
The dicks
over
means
there.
positive?
Jersey does. Yeah, see, the other Jersey guy in the text channel right now, it's the Wangs. It's a thing over here.
Yeah, it's an idiom.
Okay.
Guys, what is this Sony e-ink watch shit?
Yeah. Sony's gonna make e-ink smartwatches. That's a great fucking idea.
That's a
in
very
my
good
opinion.
idea.
Yeah.
Like or watches in general that use e-ink. I don't know why anyone
or just
didn't have this
general.
idea before. Yeah, I just said that.
Wait, didn't the original Pebble use e-ink?
Oh, weird. Both said it at the same time.
That was really cool. So, like, Cranian in the text channel said that concurrently with Uncle1023 saying it in the voice channel.
We are really the same person.
Okay, so I googled, is the Pebble e-ink? And people are saying it's an LCD.
Huh.
Mind blown.
Well, they're saying it's e-paper. It is not e-ink. There's a difference. Don't know what that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was so funny.
E-paper.
I don't even know what the Pebble is. What is this?
How would that affect battery life? Is why I want to know, because that's a current limitation to those watches.
Well, with
Good talk,
e-ink, the rewrite rate is very slow. So you don't want much changing on the screen. So that's why it's good for like time and stuff like that, where it only changes every second and not much changes. But if you have like video or moving animations, it's a clusterfuck.
Here's the golden question, though. Is a refresh rate of every second slow enough for e-ink? Because even on Amazon Kindle, it seems like 1 second draw time animations are just like brutal for it.
That's true. I think they have some work ahead of them.
We'll bring back those 5-second watches that used to be popular on the netbooks.
The only reason I'm interested in e-ink at all is I want to read manga. Like, that's it.
You can already do that with Kindle.
I don't know how the newer ones are.
Are the new ones LEDs or LCDs or whatever? LCDs.
Well, just get an old one.
Well, the thing is, the older ones, which are very good. I've owned a Kindle for many years. Is not sufficient to read manga on. It can't. It's just barely too small that you can't quite read out the text.
Damn.
So your only option, unless the newer ones are like just slightly bigger and you can read the text comfortably, would be to get a Kindle DX, which is very big and very expensive.
Look that up right now.
I like the Amazon Kindle. People in the text channel right now are debating whether or not the Kindle was a good product. I thought it was pretty damn good.
The Kindle runs Linux. You can install an SSH server on it and like use it. I used to run like Top and stuff just to look, oh, what's my Kindle using? It's really fun to have and to play with. I don't know if the newer ones are that like open and customizable, but the old ones are really, really fun and really hackable.
I just use it stock, and shit, I enjoy it for what that is, too. Because you can put text files on it and just read the text files right on your Kindle. It's pretty Linux-friendly in terms of interfacing with it. And if you just want to use Amazon's WhisperNet, well, that's fine, too. It's fine technology to be enjoyed there.
It seems like these are going for around $300 to $400.
Yeah, I'm seeing the Kindle Paperwhites.
I'm talking about the DX.
Ah, okay.
The DX is the big, yeah.
So I can read manga.
It's good for that. Like, if you're serious about reading manga on an e-ink display, that's probably your best bet. I don't know of any others that are like that big.
Yeah, not e-ink.
I will probably get that probably in a year or two, maybe when the price drops.
It's been out for a long time.
I just saw 2010. It's been out since 2010.
Yeah, I think all the price drops you see will have happened.
Oh god.
And like Randy just said, he wants newspapers like you see in Firefly where it's just completely digital. You know what multimedia production had the best representation of futuristic newspapers, I think, was motherfucking Deus Ex. Just looks so cool and actually practical. Did anybody play Deus Ex Human Revolution?
I've never played Human Revolution. I played the original.
Never played any of them.
Human Revolution is so worth it. It might be game of the decade so far. Especially if you're into that sci-fi. I don't want to really say dystopian because it wasn't. It's just if you're into sci-fi, I'll say it's generally applicable to the whole.
Please, Dota.
Dota. Defense of the ancients, please.
Fuck.
Defense of the ancients, please, is what I was trying to say. Isn't that what it stands for?
It doesn't anymore. It's just Dota now. It's its own name.
That's for copyright.
Possibly, yeah. Actually, no. They hired the original developer, so they could name it Defense of the Ancients. The
Ancients.
Ancients.
The Ancients.
You build the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, you could just name it that, but the name Dota is so used now. There's no point.
I've never played a second of Dota.
You should.
Or any
good
MOBA.
game. It's its own kind of game, so you should play it. It's pretty good.
So
it's very hard to get into.
Yeah, I heard you have to play like 400 hours in order to actually get pretty good at the game.
I have like 1,400 hours or
so.
So
Cold is boring. Wow. I would like to point out he's picking fights.
Guys, so like on the Kindle, how would I make it read? Can I make it read like CBZ files, or would it just be pictures I would have to extract it to? Or how does that work?
It reads.
I've never had a Kindle ever.
It reads quite a few file formats. I don't know if it reads whatever you just said, but it can absolutely read PDFs, no problem. And it displays it just as a picture.
Okay. I think because I would convert most manga comes in the zip if you download it. Now I'll just convert that to CBZ. Or leave it as zip. Depends. But, alright, sounds good. Just curious.
I mean, I could just call a random technical support agent and have them on the show.
Dude, call.
Okay, but everybody would have to be quiet except for the person talking.
Well,
you do, Dymatic.
Yeah. So
I've got it this time. We could call Microsoft tech support and pretend
I call
Linux.
these are like my go-to guys anytime I want a quick one-liner from a tech support guy.
Thank you for calling.
Call Red Hat support and
technical support. A call under report now. Did you to speak to a technician?
Speak to a technician.
For what service?
Internet.
Hold on just a moment.
Thank you.
this elevator music, though.
Oh my god.
Is this what I think it is?
Yes.
GCI TV has everything to offer the most hardcore of football fans.
With the NFL Network, NFL Red Zone, and hundreds of
You're all being advertised to.
You'll never miss a
I'm being
second of
paid
the
for
action.
Stop into any GCI store to get signed up today.
It's our first sponsor of the Technicast, GCI.
NFL?
I shall
Thank
watch
you for calling
Gunbuster.
GCI Tech Support. My name is Michael. How can I help you?
Hello. You are on a technical podcast right now with hundreds of people listening, and we are curious what your thoughts are on the recent Sony hack and the disclosure of several of their private documents.
Honestly, I don't keep up with that kind of stuff. I didn't even know that happened.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah,
Dude, shit hit
that's
the fan.
been a huge... Yeah, shit hit the fan, dude.
It was pretty bad.
Do you have anything else to say to a lot of other people using computers?
This counts as your break, dude.
I have no idea what's going on, except that Sony's definitely compromised more than once.
You should take a break.
Right?
Milk this.
Talk about technology for 15 minutes.
This is your chance.
Right.
You made it big, fella. Hey,
right,
tech
thank
support
you.
guy.
Okay.
Hey, tech support guy.
Do you have to
What's
go?
your-
I'm sorry. This will be good for your average ticket time.
What's that?
This will be good for your average ticket time.
Average talk time? Yeah?
Yeah.
Won't
All
be
right.
bad.
See ya. I hung up.
He was awesome.
Wow, he just took that like a bro. He didn't,
Yeah.
like,
He was a good... We should credit him as a guest speaker.
I was,
Yeah.
I was
This-
trying
this
to
is
get
the
his,
highlight
Do
of
you
the
have his
podcast.
name?
I was trying to get his
tech
name, and then he
support
hung up.
guy. Wow, so.
This is the highlight of the podcast right here. The best part.
Did he say his name?
He
I
did
do
say
have it
his name.
recorded, so
Yeah, it's
I
recorded.
could just listen again.
Said Michael something, right?
Something or other, yeah. Vic.
Yeah.
Vic?
Oh, man.
Guest appearance, Michael Vick. There was a shirt that when he got back on the Eagles that said Hydra Beagle Vic's Eagle. See dogfights. Oh, dude, I have a. Never mind.
Best episode ever. Just
Best
saying.
episode. So
Let's go talk
professional.
about cockfights.
Wow.
Probably shouldn't do that. Because, like, what if, you know, we're just burning bridges with PETA then? If they want to sponsor us, I don't want to go down that road.
Oh yes, because we are going to get sponsored by PETA.
You never know, dude. I love animals.
That
could be taken a couple ways after some of the things that happened in the channel this week.
Oh, no. No. Stop. Right there. Stop. That was so weird.
I'm so done.
Fuck this, man.
I'm so done.
I'm
You forgot
very
the
curious
semicolon
who's
after
not
G.
allowed to talk about fish and why.
Okay,
I've never been on this server before, so I don't know. However, I'm so curious.
Okay, this has to be cut out, so Uncle D.
Yeah, this whole
Note the
section
time?
has been cut out.
I might continue on.
All right, then
Right
go
down the
ahead.
time. I had it. No. It was just a dream that I had involving a woman and a fish that we shall never talk about again.
Well, we're talking about it right now, so...
Yeah.
Never again. One thing led to a number, or another.
Number?
Any numbers involved in this?
One thing led to another, and there's this chick with a fish, and the fish.
You alright?
No.
think there's a WebM of this.
The fish had a dick with a human head. And it was like laughing. The chick was like looking at the fucking fish dick, and so much stuff happened in the stream. I'm done.
We should add this to the topic list.
Fish stick.
Fish sticks.
That should be the title. Fish sticks.
Dymatic, you should tell us about your bottle fiasco and stuff. Nope. This is all getting cut. Everything here is cut. So what's the last thing we actually talked about? Was Steve from tech support?
Yep. That's not even his name.
We don't know his name. It's a placeholder.
Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dick from tech support.
But we actually I have 2 hours, 15 minutes recorded.
Yeah.
About the first 15 minutes is bad, so the 2 hours cut out silence. That's about hour and 45 minutes worth of content. It's pretty good.
Good enough. Quit time. Unless anybody has like Thanksgiving stories to tell, which I don't.
I didn't do. I mean, there's Black Friday stories too. I guess you went and got trampled by fat Americans.
I
got rolled over.
Flew back from Korea, and yeah, that was my Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah,
what the fuck is that Thanksgiving?
Kori makes a good point. No other countries in the world have it but America. No, I lied, because Canada has it too, but it's on a different day.
Yeah.
It's in October, right?
I don't know. I don't know any Canadians.
Yeah,
I think I don't know what
October
Thanksgiving is about. I just know this huge holiday, and then there's Black Friday.
I went to a diner for Thanksgiving.
It's basically about giving thanks that the white people killed the Indians.
Yeah, so we can have what we have today.
Yeah.
Our viruses
Cheap
and
food
germs
and
and shit
casinos
killed 99% of all Native Americans in North America. It's crazy. 99% is a legit number. I'm not even pulling that out of my ass or anything. Can't believe that.
So, our topic is going to be, what'd you get for Black Friday? Korean acid time. So let's. Anybody get anything?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
AIDS.
And that's that topic.
I got an SSD.
Oh shit, dude! How much? How much gigs?
240 for 110. But I kind of fucked up because I got it on Black Friday or Thursday, I forgot, and then on Monday it went down to 80.
Yeah, Cyber Monday.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna go any lower than 110. I was like, it's not gonna go any lower than this, and then I got fucked over. But oh well.
That's a big SSD too.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna do 120, but then I was like, fuck, that's way too this did not feel good.
I have a 500 SSD right now. I'm almost out of space.
Motherfucker, that's a big SSD.
Where is it on your desktop?
Yeah.
Full of games or what?
Yeah, mostly games.
That's why you get a small SSD and then a NAS.
Yeah, well, I wanted all the games on the SSD.
The Dymatic thought the same thing I did. I'm pretty fucking sure.
What?
That's glorious. You have extra money to spend on it, Kori.
That's fucking great.
That'll be our little secret, Kori. You'll all hear it when you listen to that part back. So there, we just planted an Easter egg to listen for.
I've actually wanted to install games on a RAM disk at the time, just to see how fast it would go.
I have everything on
some
SSD.
super tiny game.
What I want to know
That's disappointing.
is like, I bought Far Cry 4 digitally, right? And it still loads like a snaily motherfucker.
Far Cry sucks. 4 at least.
No, dude. You don't even know. Well,
Enjoy your Eagles.
It's Eagle Simulator 2014. I didn't play any of the other 3, but so far this is my game of the year 2014. Because all the good games that were supposed to be not shit turned out to be pretty disappointing. Destiny didn't live up to the hype for me. I know it did for Flygon to change his life. He's basically Destiny with some Flygon thread in there now. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, same thing, just shit the bed. So, first good game in a long time.
I remember a couple weeks ago, you were all about Call of Duty. And you're like, oh, it's the bee's knees.
Well, okay. I love some aspects of it, but the community ruins that game.
Well, it's COD. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I know, right?
And then it's the opposite with Destiny. It has a great community, but the game, it's not all there. Flygon actually raised that point. I plagiarized that from him. Okay, oh, dude. We don't have... Uh-oh. Oh, never mind.
I put one up there.
You know exactly what I'm thinking.
What?
You're like my brain secretary.
So, guys, we should totally just pick the user of the week now.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
It's a hard choice this week.
So the winner is... not Flygon. Technically. Because it is... drumroll...
How do you pronounce that?
I don't even know.
Buenouanq.
I'm pretty sure you just summoned a demon.
Buenouanq.
I feel like Kori is the most qualified to say this.
Yeah,
Okay,
actually
Kori,
sounded pretty good.
you get to announce it. Oh, should we? Before we could do that afterwards.
What?
The memorable moments, or maybe just also
The one memorable moment.
sneak in an explanation, because people are still asking about that.
That's
Okay.
true.
So we should sneak in an explanation after this.
Yeah, after this, yeah. But yeah,
After
the user of the
basically
Fortnight is buenouanq. Yeah, that guy. Long
It sounds so fucking Korean.
long palindrome type. Actually, shit, that is a palindrome. Well, what is that where it's rotated and it's the same?
Holy shit.
Are you alright?
Oh, that's really
See?
cool. I see what... Yeah.
See?
No, I was just laughing because I remembered the 4chan post that said, how do you get the backwards B? It's just the D. Oh.
So let's do that again. The user of the Fortnight, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Is
Left.
buenouanq. Or buenouanq
Yep.
upside down.
Yep. Oh shit, that is bueno and then
That
bueno upside down.
Huh. That's the first time that clicked.
Still don't get it, but okay.
Zanthas.
Fucking hell.
All right, so we are going into this now. Sorry. So the O is directly in the middle. So everything to the right is an upside down representation of the letters to the left.
Yeah, I got it now. Thank
I
you.
hate mirrors. Like, mirrors just scare the shit out of me.
That's such a cool handle.
Thanks, dude. I mean, buenouanq.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so now's when we should talk about Happy Birthday, Uncle 1023. How old are you, by the way?
24.
Oh, time to change your name, dude.
Oh shit.
You will never have a more relevant username than you did last year.
That is very true.
Not for another 999 years.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to last that long. Sorry.
I don't know, man. Get in touch with Pat Sajak, Yoda. I don't know. What are old people?
But anyways, the memorable moment is when we cleared the channel.
Yes. Right before it happened, Zanthas posted this picture of Moot holding a telephone, or cell phone, and it said activate it, and I was like, oh shit, what's going to happen? Everybody gets kicked. Apparently annual tradition.
Yeah. I think it started 3 years ago, Zanthas.
Yeah, when this gentleman got drunk on IRC.
And I decided it was my birthday duty to clear the channel and kick everyone.
I hate to do this, but I have a Mumble server of my own, and apparently a user is spamming in there, so I have to tend to that. I'm leaving to probably go ban someone.
Yay, banning!
I love all of you. This has been
Thank
great.
you.
Great. I hope to have you again in a future episode.
Hopefully. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
What a nice
So
guy.
he motherfucking in the last like 30 seconds just. No, I really liked him.
Yeah.
I still don't know who that is.
That's the owner of Cock Lee, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that
Okay.
like
Yep.
if Bruce Lee's dick was a member of his family, what it would be called?
Yep. Cock.lie.
Oh. Kicking it off.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, listeners. I hope you enjoyed yourself with this shitty podcast this week. Well, let's hope that more shit happens in tech the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was a pretty boring week in terms of tech news, but I think we figured something to talk about.
Yeah, you can listen to us mumble about random shit.
Yeah.
If my fucking hard drive was a litter box and I took a shit into it, it would make this podcast.
Oh, hell yeah. Anyways, this is Zanthas signing off.
Uncle B signing off.
Kori signing off.
I'm last cunts. Dymatic signing off.